Welcome in to USL PRO Weekly. My name's Nicholas Murray. Very pleased to be joined by David Wagner. And David, it's the end of the season. We had an amazing championship game this past Saturday night at the Florida Citrus Bowl. Orlando City defeats the Charlotte Eagles 7-4 in front of almost 21,000 fans. Absolutely remarkable end to the season for USL Pro.
Yeah, what a fantastic championship game. In true form, both teams came out blazing. Charlotte came out early, and then they had to come back. They were up, they were down. Orlando played a fantastic game. They played the type of attacking soccer that they've showed here in the playoffs. Just an absolutely thrilling contest. Couldn't think of a better way to end the season.
And it was a remarkably good attacking contest as far as the finishing was concerned. I mean, I don't think there was a bad goal among any of the 11 goals that we saw. And for a championship game, that was pretty remarkable.
Yeah, I think what stood out is that there was just a lot of great attacking soccer. From Charlotte's perspective, there was a lot of nice combination and team play. Some great balls played into the box that they finished. Some well-won headers on Orlando's side. Just some absolutely fantastic displays of individual ability by Dwyer and some of the other participants. Just some great finishes from Chin as well. Just an all-around fantastic performance offensively.
Well, Dwyer obviously claiming most valuable player honours with 4 goals and 1 assist. And we got a chance to talk to him in the locker room after the game.
Dom, you said it when you got sent back to Orlando from Sporting Kansas City that was unfinished business. Seems like you took care of that tonight.
Yeah, definitely took care of it. I was very, very motivated before the game. Was very confident, really fancied it. And, we got the right result. Obviously, 7-4 is a bit crazy. But for a final, we'll take it. We don't care about the score as long as we win. So, we won there and we're happy.
It's a great effort by the Charlotte Eagles. I mean, they got the lead twice. What was it that allowed you to be able to come back and get back on top each time?
Credit to them. They did a fantastic job against us. I don't know if anyone scored 4 goals against us this year. I mean, not that I can remember anyway. So, that was a fantastic effort from them. And, we just kept at it. We kept playing football. We didn't panic. We kept knocking the ball around. Gaffer said just be patient and, we play our football, we'll win the game. And, we got chances and we finished them off.
With the way that you were able to start the season in Orlando, what does it mean to you to be able to finish the season here with a championship and with a 4-goal performance?
It's unbelievable. I mean, I wanted this so bad. They've been so good to me here. I wasn't in a good place when I got loaned out here, and I feel like they've really started my career and helped me out massively. And I'm very appreciative of everyone at Orlando. From the ownership to the manager to all the players. It's just fantastic, and I'm so happy to be a part of it, and I'm happy I can help the team out, and we achieved our goal.
Dwyer, obviously the man of the match, 4 goals and 1 assist, but there were really some great performances throughout from both sides. Christian Ramirez with 2 goals for the Charlotte Eagles, especially giving his side the lead 3-2 just before the hour mark.
Yeah.
There was a point there where Charlotte, you really felt as though they might have been able to hold on and spring what would have been a massive upset.
Yeah, it was unfortunate for them. They just couldn't keep it together at the end. Orlando was just a bit too much. I think what I was impressed about from Charlotte's perspective is they were very composed, especially at the beginning of the game. Orlando came out gangbusters just like they have in the last 2 playoff games, put a lot of pressure on them, and Charlotte really, really held their shape and did a good job. I think there were some times where they were a bit unlucky, but they played really, really well.
A very, very entertaining game, and I mean, great opening goal by Fashiro, and there were a couple of tremendous finishes by Ramirez, but in the long run, this is... For Orlando, this caps off what has been an amazing 3-year run. 2 USL Pro Championships, 2 USL regular season championships, and for a coach Adrian Heath, this has got to be one of the proudest moments, I think, of his career.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I think the difference between this season and maybe the last 2 is that there was a bit, even though they had a great situation with the loan from Kansas City, there was a bit of adversity throughout the season. I don't think they played consistently at the top of their game the whole year. They had some dips and they had some little bumps along the road. But you know what? They put it together for playoff time, and they came out with the championship.
Well, we got the opportunity to talk with Adrian Heath after the game in the locker room. Check that interview out now.
Adrian, that was a thrilling final for the fans. I'm sure it wasn't quite the way you'd hoped it to go, but what a night, what a spectacle for the USL PRO Championship game.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't planned the way it went, and if somebody had told me we conceded 4 on the night and we would win the game, and I thought they were foolish. And at 7, even when we've scored 7, the game's not done. It's an incredible evening, incredible advert for the game for our league, and I thought the crowd the fact that we had over 20,000 people here was incredible.
The crowd really seemed to play a role in this because of the energy that they seem to bring both sides, and Charlotte did a tremendous job feeding off that as well. A really strong performance by the Eagles.
And at no stage did I think the game was won. Seriously, even when we scored the sixth, I'm thinking if they get another one, because they look capable of scoring all night. So they've had a great year. Yeah, as I said yesterday at the press conference, I've got an enormous amount of respect for Mark Steffens and his coaching staff and what they do on not a magic, an incredible budget. And it just shows what you can do if you know what you're doing and you've got a committed group of players, which Charlotte obviously have. We were fortunate, I think, that we scored at really important times tonight. I say it all the time that goals change games, and we managed to get a goal to get us back in the game at the right time. We managed a goal to get us in front at the right time, and as I say, it's been an incredible evening.
An incredible evening for young Dwyer as well. I mean, coming back, he said earlier in the week that when he left, he kind of had unfinished business. He certainly took care of business tonight.
Yeah, he's a goal scorer. I've said all along that, he's on the move. He picks the right runs, the timing of his runs. So it doesn't surprise me. I think that if Don played in anybody's team regularly, he would score goals. And it was a great gesture from Sporting to let us have him. And obviously his contribution this evening can't be measured other than his goals. I said the other day, what people don't understand is he's a great kid as well. Infectious personality and enthusiasm for the game, and I can't have enough people like that around me. I love his attitude. I love what he brings to the club. It's positive energy all the time. And okay, his goals are good and the way he is, but it's all the other stuff that he brings with him, which I really like.
We had people offering Orlando City the Magic Kingdom. Would you trade the Magic Kingdom for Don Dwyer to make him a permanent member of Orlando?
Obviously, we would do everything we could to get Don Dwyer here, but obviously he's. I think he'll be a valued member of Sporting for a while.
Well, you can tell Adrian Heath was a very relieved man at the end of that game. 7-4, not necessarily the sort of game that a head coach wants to see, but a tremendous advert for USL Pro and just a perfect cap, I think, to what has been an incredibly entertaining season.
Yeah, just a fantastic year. Just so many good things going on this year. Top-level competition. We have the new partnership with MLS and was on display here. Obviously, Dom Dwyer being your MVP. Some other players on loan. You had Duke starting the game as well. Kempton unfortunately hurt during the middle of the season, so you had a team with an MLS affiliation. Then you had another team without an MLS affiliation, but really showing the sort of quality of this league, and that MLS certainly isn't a crutch. It's just a complement to what we do here.
Well, and you can see the illustration of what the MLS partnership offers USL Pro teams, with Sean Francis being a guy that was on the Charlotte Eagles at the start of the season, now with the Chicago Fire, after really impressing in the Eagles' 2 games against the Fire reserves earlier this season.
Yeah, obviously a nice piece, and obviously something that Charlotte probably would have loved to have for that championship. Maybe a slight loan back would have been nice, but past the roster freeze, of course. I think you'll see a lot more movement like that after the season. Obviously, we were just talking about Matt Fondy going on loan to Chivas. And I think there'll be more. I know there's some other players out on trials right now too. So just a really fantastic showcase year for USL Pro.
Well, what do we have to look forward to next season? I mean, obviously there's been a lot of talk about an expansion of the affiliation program, maybe even some MLS teams entering their reserve teams into USL Pro. It should be very, very exciting looking ahead to 2014.
Yeah, the new cycle is just starting. Obviously, I think we're going to have some more expansion teams possibly coming up. More affiliations, I'm sure, for next year as well. And then obviously the possibility of some MLS sides coming directly into the competition. So next year it can only get better.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed this USL Pro season. David and I certainly have. And stay tuned as we'll continue to update you throughout the off-season as we build towards the 2014 season. Until we see you next, though, for David, my name's Nicholas. Thanks for joining us.